If you're feeling overwhelmed and not really sure what you should be doing in your business, this video is going to be really helpful for you because I'm going to be talking about business plans. When I was in business school in university, I learned a lot about business plans. I wrote some of my own business plans. I read a lot of business plans from different companies. So if you're trying to start a calligraphy business or a creative business, I would highly recommend creating your own business plan if you're just getting started and if you're kind of feeling lost, because it can really help you out and give you a focus and narrow down on your target audience and really give you the roadmap to do more in your business. So let's get started. So first of all, why do we need to create a business plan? Well, let me ask you a question. When you go on vacation, do you kind of just book your flight and then not do anything? Or do you make a plan of what you're going to do? You probably make a plan, right? And so when you're planning on starting a business, it's kind of like going on a trip. Well, you know where you're going or where you want to be, but you're really not sure about what specific things you should do. And that's why a plan is so useful, because you can use it to stay on track. So for the rest of this video, I'm actually going to be using this business plan template that I created that breaks down what you need to have in your business. And so you can download it through the link in the description and we'll go through it together. So here we are. And so just looking at the business plan, you can see that I use the format with the 5 W's, the why, who, what, where, and when, and how. And so let's go through each section. So the why. Why are you starting a business? This is basically your dream. Why are you doing it? What do you envision? What's going to be the impact? This is your big why. And here I want you to think a bit more about, how can you achieve your big why? What are some specific goals that you can set to achieve that? And so, for example, some financial goals, it could be, maybe you get, I don't know, 1,000 followers on Instagram. Or it could be something like, I want to make 20 sales on my Etsy shop. So what are some of the goals that you can come up with that will help you to reach this dream or vision that you have up here? And the next section is the who. So basically, we're going to be looking at who are you serving as your customer and who else is there? Who else is doing this? So who are you serving as your customer? This is called your target market. Who are you serving? What are their demographics? Do they live in your city? Do they live in your country? Or are you serving the entire world with an online business? Maybe your city, if you're starting out and doing maybe wedding calligraphy, or you're teaching workshops, in-person workshops, that would be people in your city. Maybe people who are, they're out of university, they have some more money to spend on luxury calligraphy, or maybe you could target university students, you could target moms, you could target seniors, you could target children. Who are they? And what is the problem that they want to solve? So for example, let's say your target customer is someone getting married, so a bride. The problem that they want to solve is that they want to be able to have really nice calligraphy at their wedding. And so the problem they have is, how can I get that calligraphy? How can I make my wedding beautiful? And so this is where you come in with your solution, which we will talk about later. And can you describe your ideal client or customer? What are some of the kinds of styles they like? Do they like a more modern style, or are they looking for a more traditional kind of wedding? And just to give you another example, let's say you are trying to do workshops in your city. So the problem that you might be that the people you are targeting might want to solve is that they are looking for something cool to do in their city, and they want to just, explore a new hobby. So that is their problem that they want to solve and that you can help them with.
The next part is a market analysis. So basically looking at what is in your environment. What's the size of your market? Is the market big enough for you to be profitable if you have maybe like a newer kind of or more unique kind of idea? Have you done competitor research? So maybe that could be Googling who else is a calligrapher in your city? Are there any barriers to entry? And what are other people charging for their products or services? The next section is the what. So that is basically your solution to your customer's problem, which was here. So what is it that you're actually providing? What's the service? Is it calligraphy services? Is it products? Maybe it's greeting cards. What value are you creating for your customer? And how is your solution different from your competitors? So here we're exploring the what exactly are you doing in your business? And then the where, this is kind of like finding where your customers are and hence the marketing plan. So where are you going to market yourself? Where are you going to find your customers? Where can you be so that your ideal customer can find you easily? So some things that you could work on are your social media. You could go to networking events. You could improve your website's SEO so customers can find you when they search you on Google. And then the next section is the when and the how. This is the operational plan of how you're going to do everything. So I have a whole bunch of questions that you can think about. I won't read them, but you can just take a look here. Like, what exactly do you need to do for your business setup? What decisions do you need to make? Maybe you need to review your current commitments, and maybe you're looking for more time, so you need to stop going to golf on the weekend or something. Should you make a website? How are you going to use social media to help your business? How exactly are you taking payments? Do you need a logo? And just like kind of like a to-do list, as I said here, brain dumping a to-do list and then organizing it. This is the how exactly you're going to get to your goals right here. And then the last part of the when and how section is your financial plan. So thinking a little bit more about the number side of things. What are you going to charge for your products or services? What expenses will you need to incur? What supplies you need to buy? Maybe you need to buy a paper cutter. Maybe you need to buy a printer. And what's your budget for running your business? And how much money are you aiming to make? So anything financial related, you could write here. And so that is it for the demo. Just remember that it doesn't have to be 10 pages long. You don't have to write an essay for each of these questions. You could literally use bullet points. And remember, you can download this document in the link in the description.
So great job! You are on your way now to making an excellent business plan for your business. But you actually might be wondering, okay, Dina, I don't know, I feel overwhelmed that I need to create this business plan. I already don't know what I'm doing. What should I do? And so here I would tell you that if you really can't bring yourself to make a business plan, or you're trying to use this template and you feel like, I'm stuck, like I don't know what to do, then I would much rather you do something in your business rather than like sitting in front of your computer not doing anything in your business plan. It's way better to do something than nothing. So if you feel like this is a little bit too overwhelming, then I would actually recommend watching these two videos on how to find your ideal audience and how to find your niche, and the 5 steps to starting a calligraphy business to get started. And maybe then when you have a better idea of what you're doing, then you can revisit this business plan. I would definitely say that if you kind of know what direction you're heading into with your business, then making a business plan can be really useful. And maybe right now you're not sure what you're doing, but a business plan or having the specific things to think about in the business plan can help you like brainstorm what things you should be doing in your business. And when it comes to business plans, you might think it's like a super long scary document that's 10 pages long. I have definitely seen business plans that are like 10 to 20 pages long, but you really don't have to make it that long. This is an example of my first business plan that I ever made. This was in 2018 when I just started my business, and you can see right here that it's not 10 pages long. It's just like 2 or 3 pages. And so when you are going through the business plan template, you don't have to make it 5 pages long or 10 pages long. Just start off and make it like 2 pages and just use it as a guide for what you're going to do in your business. It doesn't have to be that complicated. So another question you might be asking yourself is, oh my gosh, what if I make this plan and I make my goals and stuff, but I don't follow through with the plan or I don't meet my goals? Then what do I do? So for me, actually over the past 2 years, I've made like 8 business plans, and you can see here, 8 business plans over the years, and I definitely didn't meet all my goals. Like I probably didn't meet half of my goals, but having these goals like written down and there in front of me really helped me to stay focused and not get distracted by other things in my business. And I don't know if you know the term shiny object syndrome, but it's basically when you hear about this other business idea or maybe this business idea and you're like, oh my gosh, well, you know, this person said it worked, I should do that. Or that person said this thing worked, I should do that. So don't fall into the shiny object syndrome trap. But definitely don't be hard on yourself if you don't meet your goals, because that's totally normal, and you can celebrate the progress that you've made towards the goals that you have. Another thing is maybe throughout time, you are gonna find that maybe you wanna make some changes in your business. I have pivoted my business several times during the last 2 years, and definitely during COVID-19. That's a story for another time. I've made some pivots, and so if you feel like the business plan you made 6 months ago doesn't feel right anymore, you know, you don't want to follow through with the plan, then just make a new one and start from scratch and just go from there. And just one last thing, when you are making your own business plan, it doesn't have to be pretty. You know, the Word document that you have right now, don't change the font, don't play with the colors. It's literally just a document for yourself, and you don't have to show it to anyone else unless you really want to. Or maybe you want to have an accountability buddy. It doesn't have to be pretty. And I'm saying this because I know a lot of you are perfectionists, and as calligraphers and as creatives, we just kind of want to make things pretty, you know? But when it comes to a business plan, like, you don't need to use Canva, you don't need to use Photoshop and Illustrator and add some pretty things in there. It's literally just a document, okay? So good luck. I hope this video was useful. Make sure you subscribe if you liked it, and give me a thumbs up and hit the notification bell for more resources on growing your creative or calligraphy business. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram already, make sure you follow me. I post a lot of other tips and a lot more behind the scenes of how I run my business, and I would love to connect with you there. So yeah, I'll see you on Instagram, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.